me a god.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Michael from Lake Clan Legends.
This is Todd.
And this is Logan. And today we are going to be reviewing Tasha's Cauldron of everything. Yeah, of everything.
Correct.
Why'd you have to double check?
So, as the normal book review type of thing that we do, we're going to go through a couple of the items in the book, show off our highlights of what we thought was interesting, and then, of course, a couple things we'll leave out for the secrecy of the DMs out there if they want to use that. But other than that, what do you want to get into?
So, this book actually has quite a variety of things. First, it has the Artificer class, which is the 13th class, the one class pretty much excluded from the player's handbook. There is technically the Blood Hunter class, but that's from Critical Role, and I don't think that's like the...
I think that's the only source book they can get the Blood Hunter in, is the Critical Role book.
Yeah, probably. So, but it has a whole bunch of subclasses, like Xanathar's, and it has optional class features. This book also has spells, a couple of spells, feats.
The other interesting thing, before we get too far down the road, is there is a whole section of group patrons. And this isn't your patrons like warlocks. This is like you're going to be working for a criminal syndicate or a military function. And I think we'll get into those just a little bit. But after we do the classes.
And this book actually has a lot about customizing your character and even like changing skills and subclasses. We'll actually get to that right now. It has a couple rules. So yeah, it has stuff for like customizing your origin.
As did Xanathar's book. Had different origins.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
It's like languages, proficiencies.
This is basic stuff here. I think we need to get right into the Artificer.
Yeah, the Artificer class. So...
The Artificer.
Right.
Thank you. So, they're actually quite interesting. So, they are effectively like the Tinkers of the world. Like, I think like a rock gnome would play them really well, or
Sure.
Yeah. Pretty much like most of
the your
gnomes.
Tinker Gnomes from the Dragonlance world.
Yeah.
Except they make things that actually work.
Magical trinkets. So, yeah, they use, like, magic with a lot of their abilities, because they even have spell casting, and they use intelligence as their main stat. Average proficiencies. But, yeah, they have abilities, like, at level 1, they can create certain items that can do effects. Yeah, they can do effects like... They shed bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light in another 5-foot radius, which is actually pretty neat.
They can also make an object to talk, like display or not display, but process a recorded message, right?
Yeah.
They can also make it emit an odor or nonverbal sound, such as wind, waves, chirping, stuff like that. Or they can give static visual effects.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like words or... That's pretty neat. They also have spell casting, which is pretty neat. So they can do all their tinkering stuff, and they can even use spells on top of that. Oh, yeah, and they use, like, thieves' tools, or artisan tool, or, yeah, kind of artisan tools instead of an arcane focus. Just for your sake, because you don't want to be carrying around sesame seeds to open doors and stuff.
Sesame seeds?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a material for a spell.
That's the material component for a knock spell. Is sesame seeds.
Like, open sesame.
Right. Most of the material components in the D&D book are actually puns.
Yeah.
Like a metal rod and a bit of fur. And you rub them together to cast lightning. Like static electricity.
Yeah.
Oh, so some of the spells aren't really even spells.
Right.
Like lightning.
So, this book... Oh, so yeah. They get a couple cool spells. They actually get, like, some fighting... They get a lot, like, wizard spells and stuff. Because they get, like, Firebolt. They get Message, Poison Spray. Thunderclap, which is pretty neat. Like, as your cantrips. They get a couple other... I'm not gonna go too deep, because this video would be insanely long and probably quite boring. But, so at second level, they get to infuse items to create magic items out of regular items.
How would you go about doing that?
I think you just get to wake up and pick some.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, I think you just... Yeah, you imbue it. You get, like, 4 infusions at level 1, and then you get, like, additional ones. Yeah, after finishing a long rest, you can touch a magical object and imbue it with one of your infusions. So you can, like, enchant certain items. You could take, like, a bag and turn it into a bag of holding. Pretty neat. And at level 3, you get your subclasses. These are pretty neat. You get Alchemist, Armor, Artillerist, and Battlesmith. Yeah.
Wait, do you want to go through those real quick?
Yeah.
Or you want to circle back to them?
Can I say something?
Yeah, absolutely.
I noticed that the Artificer has the spell Tiny Servant, which is in the Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Yeah,
yes.
You will find that some of these books do overlap a little bit.
Yeah. As there is an Artificer thing in my book, Fizban's
Guide to Dragons.
Treasury of Dragons.
Treasury of Dragons.
Which we will probably review soon.
Artificer actually is not it doesn't just come from this book. It also comes from Eberron. Rising from the Last War? Or, hold up, they have it in the beginning. Yeah, Rising from the Last War. But back on track, because we got a little bit sidetracked. So, at level 3, they also get the right tool for the job. That's what they call it. And you can create thieves' tools or artisan tools in an occupied space within 5 feet of you.
Right.
Basically, you can take an hour and you can instantly get some your tools back.
And that would be handy for somebody that makes a lot of stuff.
Yes, but we should probably go through some of the subclasses. First one is Alchemist. Ooh, a potion. I hope you know what an alchemist is. It's like a potion brewer. Actually, that's what you get. You get a couple spells specific to it, like Healing Word, Melf's Acid Arrow. Like, Healing Word at 3rd level, Melf's Acid Arrow at 5th. I'm not going to go over all of them, but...
Essentially, you're using your alchemical skills to produce different spells.
But at level 3, you can craft an experimental mixer. Basically, think at this, like the start of the day, you get. Hold up, I'm trying to see.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think you can make like 1 at the start of the day, and you can craft an additional one. Like, by expending a slot of 1st level or higher for each one. And basically, you roll a d6 and you get a random effect. If it's like healing, swiftness, resilience, boldness, flight, and transformation, which is pretty neat. Now you decide, obviously, when you craft it. It's not like, oh, I drink this random concoction and, oh, I can fly. It's...
Okay. Alright.
5th level, you can... Magical chemicals. Oh, yeah, so basically, your spells are a little bit better.
Right. You add your intelligence modifier.
Yeah. Restorative regents? Regents. Yeah, you temporary hit points.
Basically, you make healing potions.
Better stuff.
Of some sort.
Chemical mastery, it's just better. So effectively, Alchemist bases all off of these experimental potions, and just the higher in level, you just get better potions, which is pretty neat.
Correct.
Next is armor. Basically, you craft armor for you and your friends, which is pretty neat.
Right.
Which I've said. You get proficiency with heavy armor and smith's tools. I think a dwarf would like that.
Right.
You get some spells like magic missile and like mirror image. And the main part of it is arcane armor. Basically, you can make armor... Yeah, if you have smith's tools, you can make armor as an action.
Oh, that's nice.
I think it's specific.
You can turn a suit of armor you're wearing into arcane armor.
Sorry.
Provided that you have smith's tools.
Sorry.
So the arcane armor allows you to, if armor normally has a strength requirement, you can use your arcane focus as a spellcasting focus. Oh yeah, sorry, I missed the line. The arcane armor lacks the requirement for it. Otherwise, the armor attaches to you can't be removed against your will. So, if you have, like, you get in a fight and you're gonna lose, you could, if you had a free action, or not a free action, but an action, you could actually make your armor arcane armor, and then they can't remove it from you.
Well, yeah, so like a big buff.
Which is definitely a big.
It's like a half-orc couldn't rip it off, or a monster couldn't make it useless.
But you could take
what?
it off for some reason.
Oh, the armor... Oh, the armor actually replaces missing limbs, and it functions as a limb that it replaces. And you can take it on and off as an action, which is pretty neat. Basically, along with a lot of artificer stuff, basically, it doesn't become normal armor unless you... Okay, it doesn't become normal armor unless you turn another set of armor into arcane armor, or you die. Which, a lot of the magical effects do go away when you die, so...
Right.
I wouldn't die.
You can take off your armor, but no one else can.
Correct. That's basically so nobody, like I said, like if you get captured and they want to strip all your gear off of you, you can, if you have this arcane armor on you, you can't have it removed.
Yeah,
you can't take it from you. Which means even in a jail cell or, a prison setting of some kind, you still have your armor attached to you.
Yeah. You also get, you can actually choose different variants. Like, Guardian and Infiltrator. Guardian is for your Barbarian. It's best for the front line. Like, your Barbarian who's punching the enemies. It's better for frontline, and you actually get... And then you can pick 2 sub-abilities, which is Thunder Gauntlets, and you can deal... you can replace as a simple melee weapon. Yeah, you can use it as a simple melee weapon and deal 1d8 thunder damage.
Right.
Pretty neat. Oh, and then it gets... What? Oh, and the creature hit by the gauntlets have disadvantage on attack rolls until... against other targets until the sort of your next turn. Well,
right.
Assume the person wearing the armor. And then probably it.
Go ahead.
And then you get defensive field. As a bonus action, you gain temporary hit points equal to your level in the class, replacing temporary hit points that you already have. You lose temporary hit points if you, take off the armor, and you can use a bonus action number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. So, yeah, that's pretty neat. And you get Infiltrator. It's best for subtle undertakings, it says. So it's probably more like for a rogue or a ranger or something. Lightning Launcher. Oh. So you get like a gem-like node on like your fist or chest, and you can shoot creatures with a d6 lightning damage, and on a hit,
Don't read it. Just move on.
You get powered steps. You move faster by 5 feet. Dampening field. You get advantage on stealth checks. And if it normally imposes disadvantage, it blanks out. You get an extra attack at 5th level.
9th level, you can make armor modifications.
And then, basically, at 15th level, you can just make it better.
Right. Basically, you improve your guardian or your infiltrator.
Yeah, I went a little bit too deep into that. Sorry. Next, you get Artillerist. Basically...
Well, the next subclass is Artillerist.
Yeah, sorry. Next subclass, I mean. Basically, you get a giant cannon. Well, not giant, more like a... I think it says small or tiny.
Think of it like a gun of some sort.
Yeah, like a gun that you can attach legs to. You get proficiency with woodcarver's tools. Blah. You get some special spells like shield or fireball. And then you get Eldritch Cannon. It's basically a magical gun. It's either small or tiny. You pick. It doesn't change how much health it has or its AC. You can use mending to heal it. And you can either choose for your cannon to have legs or to not have legs. If it has legs, it can move 15 feet per turn. And if you're within 60 feet, you can use it as a bonus action to shoot it, which is pretty neat. You can use a bonus action if you're within 60 feet of it to shoot it. There's 3 variants. There's a flamethrower, a force ballista, and a protector.
That's a distance.
2 of them being attacking ones, 1 of them being a defense.
Yay, walking flamethrower.
And then basically you just, with a lot of the other classes, it just gets better.
Right, you're basically improving your walking or non-walking gun, as the case may be.
You don't have it permanently. You can have it out for like an hour, and then it goes away.
Sort of like a summoned creature.
Yeah, except it's your little gun that can run around.
Can you design it however you like?
You can design it pretty much however you like.
Right.
What can't you do?
You can't make it large.
Yeah, or medium.
Okay, we had a little bit of technical difficulties. Our camera decided it didn't want to work anymore. It needed a snooze break. So we're going to get back at it. We did finish up the Artillerist, I think, to completion. If not, pick up the book. Read it. It's definitely some good information there. And we're going to move on to Battlesmith.
Battlesmith is kind of cool. You get basically, you can create a steel defender to use to fight with you. You can make it whatever you want it to look like, and yeah, so.
Could I have a steel defender as a cat?
You could. You can actually choose if it has 2 legs or 4, but it will be a medium. It is a medium construct, so it's gonna be a pretty big cat. Yeah, you get some tool proficiencies with Smith's tools. You're probably gonna need it because how would you make a metal robot without being able to utilize metal? You get some skills. There's like a lot of shields, like a lot more defense one, like shields and auras, and even some healing ones at 17th level. You get battle ready, so you get proficiency with martial weapons, which is pretty neat, and When you attack with a magic weapon, you can use your intelligence modifier instead of strength and dex, which is actually quite nice.
What's up, Mike?
You look like you got a question.
Do you have a question?
I'm trying to figure out what I want to ask because I saw that the challenge rating had just a minus on it.
Oh,
Or dash.
I think its challenge rating is decided on just a couple. It doesn't actually have an official challenge rating since it gets stronger with your proficiency bonus, which it uses a lot.
Is it dependent on how
It's
like,
probably dependent
the
on
animal that you use?
No, it's dependent on probably how strong you are.
Right. It's dependent on your abilities, your skill, your level as well.
Yeah, because proficiency bonus is what seems.
So
to
I mean,
make it
basically,
stronger.
even the hit points is you get 2 hit points plus your intelligence modifier, plus 5 times your artificer level.
Oh, 5 times.
You're right. So, let's say, for example, you have a 14 intelligence and your level. What's the first level you can do it? 3?
3.
So
15.
So that would be 15 plus your plus 2 for starting. So it would have 19 hit points to start with.
Which is pretty sweet.
I was gonna ask a question, but you kind of answered it. I was gonna ask what level can you get these subclasses
it's
at?
3rd level.
This is your base subclass skills at this point. So just when starting as a battlesmith, you can make your steel defender, and then you can gain martial weapon proficiency. So which means you could upgrade from a simple weapon like a staff or a club or something like that to you can now use a longsword or something like that.
So, at 5th level, you get an extra attack. Like most classes that will actually have an extra attack. If you don't know what it is, well, ooh. But you get Arcane Jolt. Basically you make it stronger. You make your Steel Defender stronger. Sorry, I was trying to see if it was actually your. And then you get Improved Defender. That seems kind of obvious. It improves your Steel Defender.
Right.
You get and then infusions. You get a couple cool ones like.
So infusions are a lot like the warlock invocations. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, invocation.
Actually, probably not. See,
well, they're modifiers for your class.
They're modifiers for weapons. You use them and you can enchant special weapons, like armor to give it a +1 bonus.
Some invocations give a boost to Eldritch Blast.
Right.
Well,
precisely.
Or your Pact of the Sword weapon.
Right.
Or Pact of the Blade, not sword.
So, actually, infusions are, like, you get enhanced weapon, which you just upgrade your weapon attack roll and damage rolls. So, these are more of, because I think, like, level 1, level 1, you can, level 2. At level 2, you can infuse X amount of items. It says it on the table. I'd probably buy the book so you can actually see it. But yeah, you just infuse an item, you can give it magical powers, like you can turn a bag into a bag of holding, or a weapon into an enhanced weapon.
Right.
Well,
too far.
Actually, because I think that's just it. It's just the infusions that it lists. See? Infusions. So, we actually want to finish off what we started here. You get ability score improvements. You get the 4 you regularly get. Extra tool. Your tools can be more effective with tool expertise. Flash of Genius. Yeah, you can use. You get magic item adapt. Oh, yeah. Basically, you can craft magic items at 10th level. Spell storing item. Ooh, you can store a spell in certain items, which is kind of neat.
Correct.
How do you regain the item from the spell from the item?
Well, you can cast it almost like you cast a scroll.
Oh, that would make sense.
I believe it requires an action.
Yet to cast.
That would that that would make sense.
Yep.
So could you technically if you keep storing spells into items, could you technically cast a bunch of spells in one day?
Not at, well,
Technically, I don't know how many things you could store. But I mean, I guess realistically, like if you had enough items to store stuff in, you could probably cast spells all day long.
maybe, but but
But
you
you
need to
would-
actually cast the spell into it. It's just like saving it.
Right.
That's why I said if you.
It's like putting it in the freezer for tomorrow.
Yeah.
You also get magic item 7. Oh yeah, your skill with magic item deepens. You can attune 5 magic items, and you ignore all requirements to use it, which is pretty neat. Magic item master. You can attune 6 magic items. Okay, that was quite anticlimactic. Soul of Artifice. You get a +1 to you get a +1 bonus to all saving throws for a magic item that you've currently attuned to, and if you're dropped to 0 hit points but not immediately killed, you can use your reaction to end one of your infusions so that you drop to 1, which is pretty neat. I imagine with a half-orc and all of your little magic items, you could live forever.
Doesn't an orc also have you drop to?
Yes, an orc does have it too, but half-orc is in the player's handbook.
So could you use it twice? If you were an artificer,
You could probably use it as many times as you have magic items, +1 with your half-orc or orc bonus.
Well, you can attune to 6 different items.
Yeah, but I wouldn't suggest being an orc just because it's intelligence-focused, and
So you just don't.
Are you trying to
die
say that
7
orcs aren't
times?
intelligent?
no, but they do get a lot more stats focused on being a fighter than they do get stats for being a wizard.
One more question about the artificer. What stat would you use to? What stat would you need to?
It's mostly your main
more-
stat's intelligence.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
your primary stats.
your primary stat.
So
Well, you can tell by all the subclasses, all the bonuses, you can use your intelligence rather than your strength or dex for attacks.
So yeah, every class gets other class gets optional class features. A lot of them are mainly abilities, or some of them are even like you get extra proficiencies, like for Barbarian. So we're actually moving on to Barbarian. You get a couple abilities. You get Primal Knowledge, Instinctive Pounce. So yeah, when you rage, you can, like at 7th level, when you rage, you can move half your speed. But they have 2 subclasses, Path of the Beast and Path of the Wild Magic. Path of the Beast basically you can grow like a tail or claws or even extra teeth, and you can use them to attack. And each of them have special abilities, like the bite has like a vampiric almost aspect. Claws have like, you can use 2 of them, and tail you get extra distance.
What are the requirements for to
Level
be
3.
a beast?
Level 3.
Oh, so it's not like you have to be mad or something.
Oh no, it is. It's rage. I'm at.
Yeah, it's still based off your rage.
Like a lot of these. Yeah, and then you just get a lot more to improve it, like Bestial Soul.
This is a good thing if you ever wanted to play a werewolf type character.
Yeah.
This would be a good class.
Because I think it even, in its description, it references werewolves and stuff.
Right.
Like with shifters or...
Um,
But yeah, you get like yeah, you get a couple cool abilities, and there's Path of the Wild Magic. Oh,
Which I think probably the coolest feature out of this one is the fact that you can essentially detect magic
yeah,
as a
you
barbarian.
can detect magic, and you even get like special abilities when you enter your rage. Like you can roll on this list.
Right.
Yeah, you can't actually cast it, but you can almost use the energy of it to help you, which is kind of neat.
Basically, you tap into the wild magic, right?
Yeah, to use as your
To
rage.
right to work your rage.
Then you have Bard. So yeah, you get additional spells. Pretty much all the spellcasting classes. Actually, I think all of the spellcasting classes get additional spells.
Correct.
You get
Which are all introduced in this book, or are in the player's handbook.
yeah. So you get inspirations. You get like another bardic inspiration variant, or
Right.
you get versatility. But you actually get the three bard colleges. Two. College of Creation and College of Eloquence. Creation use oh yeah, you just like use creative songs and
Basically,
abilities.
think of the dancing sword, but use that as like a bardic ability.
Yeah, because you get like animating performance, or you can use like floating objects.
You could do the whole, Beauty and the Beast, where all the teapots and the kettles are dancing around you. And
Then, yeah, and then you get College of Eloquence or Eloquence.
eloquence, yes.
Sorry.
That's
Basically, you are a little deceiving rascal. Yeah, use your words of magic. You mix your words with your magic to deceive people. You're kind of like a charlatan.
Yeah.
So, that'd be a pretty fitting background to pick.
Right?
So, on to Cleric. Clerics, they get additional spells. They get like 2 new ones.
Right.
Some old.
Summon
So yeah, they get
Celestial?
Harness Divine Power. You can use your Channel Divinity to fuel your spells, which is kind of neat. Cantrip Versatility. Oh yeah, you can swap out your cantrips per turn. Blast Strikes. Basically, you get stronger stronger cantrips or weapon attacks. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Basically, you gain smites.
Then you get 3 subclasses: Order, Peace, and Twilight Domain. Order, you basically just focus on order in the world. You get extra.
And I've noticed this, and I just want to point this out real quick. With the domains, they actually give you order deities for your different Pathians. So and they're not just straight all good or evil. Bane, of course, from the Forgotten Realms is an order deity, but so is Majir from Dragonlance, and Weejass from Greyhawk. So Bane from the Forgotten Realms and Tyr from the Forgotten Realms are both order domains gods. So I do like that they have the chart there, and then of course you get extra spells for your domain spells.
You get proficiency with heavy armor, which is kind of neat. It's one of the few ones that do. But yeah, you basically use a lot of it. It's just that you use your abilities to create order, to create like balance. Yeah.
Basically to uphold the law of whatever land you're in.
Yeah. So then you have Peace Domain. So, yeah, you get your deities, you get your extra spells. Yeah, you try and form bonds and peace between each other. Use bonds to do cool stuff.
Well, the nice thing about that is a lot of your spells include Sanctuary, Odalik's Resilient Sphere, Rory's Telepathic Bond. So it's all these things that kind of bring people together and protect people.
Yeah, and actually they use peace to empower each other. Basically, with your tight, peaceful connections, you use that to be stronger.
Right.
Yeah, because you get a whole bunch of abilities like that.
This would be the opposite of a war domain, right?
Yeah, where you use your power to separate people.
Right.
So that'd be a pretty neat, definitely good support. I'd see that if you had a lot of like melee frontline barbarians or fighters, I think that'd be a pretty neat one.
Now, what's the Twilight
Then you
Domain?
get Twilight Domain.
What is the Twilight Domain?
They use
That.
I know you did. I was just repeating.
basically they use like the darkness and the night to help themselves and everyone else out. They use like almost darkness as an advantage. You get proficiency with martial weapons and heavy armor, and first level you're really good at seeing in the dark. You have dark vision out to a range of 300 feet.
300 feet's pretty far.
But yeah, you can only see in dim light oh no wait, you see dim light if it was bright, and well, darkness as if it was dim. Which is pretty neat. And you can magically share the dark vision with willing creatures that you can see.
Now, if you have a race that has dark vision and the Twilight Domain, how would that work?
Twilight Domain would probably take
Whichever one
higher
would
effect.
be better, yes. Well, and considering you can see 300 feet with the Twilight Domain, that would probably take the precedence.
Or
Yeah,
would you
and saying
just-
that the best one is Drow with like 120 feet.
I was just
Yeah.
wondering because what if it was like you could see it like it was bright light and any light?
No, they don't really stack on top of one another. That would be neat though if you could if it was like that.
But so yeah, so you get abilities. Yeah, basically you use the darkness to help you and your assistants out. You can create a sphere of just darkness dim light that you can use to
Right.
make your enemies not see, and you can grant you can grant temporary hit points, and you can end the effect of charmed or frightened.
So basically the key is you're going to darken your enemies and give light to all your friends.
Yeah, and you're gonna use the darkness to help you out. You can fly in darkness. Yeah, you can fly in darkness. Well, you can give your ability to fly
Very
in
nice.
dim light or darkness, which is pretty neat. You get your Divine Strike at level 8. You get your Twilight Shroud. You can just make everything else dark. Next up, we got Druid.
Ooh, what does
So we get extra Druid spells. We get the Wild Companion.
Wild Companion?
Yeah, Wild Companion's basically like the Find Familiar that the wizards have.
Yeah.
So basically you get a little animal companion friend.
And like instead of wild shaping once, you can get a bird to follow you. Bird. You get cantrip versatility. You get better cantrips. Oh no, nope. You get to swap it around. Sorry. Then you get what? 3? Yeah, 3 circles. Circle of spores, circle of stars, and circle of wildfire.
What does Circle of Spores give?
Circle of spores is up first. I think you use like mold and fungi to help you out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right? They must be great at a party.
It's
because they're fun guys.
Right.
so yeah, you can use like spores around you to attack people. Ooh, you use necrotic damage. They even get chill touch and
Blindness.
animate dead.
Animate dead.
Basically you use the spores to control the dead, almost like a Last of Us.
Yeah. Ooh, that's actually pretty neat. You get symbiotic energy.
Not sponsored or affiliated.
Of course. But if you're willing,
we'll take the
we'll
sponsor.
take it. Anyway.
So yeah,
okay.
symbiotic entity you can instead use. As an action, you can take up one of your wild shapes. Just get like a spore form, giving you 4 temporary hit points times your druid level, which is pretty neat. And you deal extra damage and extra necrotic damage with it. So that's actually pretty cool. Fungal infestation, you get the ability to infest a corpse and animate it. Oh. It can be a beast or a humanoid. Okay.
This is where your animate dead thing comes in, too.
Yeah. For an hour, you can use it for an hour to attack. Okay, that's pretty neat.
Alright.
Its turn comes after yours.
And I like the spreading spores ability. That one's pretty cool.
Ooh, you get the ability to seed an area with deadly spores. As a bonus action, when you're a spore enemy, you can hurl spores 30 feet away.
30?
In a 10-foot cube for a minute.
Right.
So, basically, you just create like a giant block. When enemies walk in, they take damage.
Right.
Which is actually kind of neat.
Alright, what else we got here?
We got Circle of Stars. You get a star map. So, you're just really good with stars and stuff. You're really good with finding your direction, guidance bolt, better. You get a starry form, so instead of wild shaping into a beast, you can wild shape into a starry form. So,
that's pretty cool.
You retain your stats, you shed light. You can just put it away.
Okay.
Oh, and then you get 3 different kinds that you can pick. You can pick Archer, which gets... What? Oh, you get Archer, Chalice, and Dragon. Basically, they each give you pretty neat abilities. Along with it, you get Cosmic Omen. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can use your star map for an omen, and you can get Wheel or Woe, which give different abilities.
Right.
Twinkling Constellation. Yeah, basically, you're just better with your form. Full of stars. Ooh, you get resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage in your starry form. So, basically, the whole point of it is that it works together so that whenever you're a starry form, you just get better and better. And you get Circle of Wildfire. You get primals. You can use your primal spirits and flames to your advantage, which is kind of
right. All right.
Spells. Yeah, you get certain spells like Burning Hands, Fire Shield, but you also get like Cure Wounds and Plant Growth and Mass Cure Wounds.
But the allure to this one is the Wildfire Spirit.
Oh yes, you can summon a little spirit to your side. It's a little fiery elemental being. You determine its appearance, you can make it humanoid, you can make it like a fox, as the picture shows.
They can fly?
They can fly? Where do you see that? Oh, they can...
Fly 30 feet.
They can fly if needed. Enhanced...
Probably depends on what form they're in, right?
Yeah, probably. You get enhanced bond, so I think you just get better with it.
Just like the Steel Defender, they have no specific challenge rating.
Ooh, whenever a creature dies within 30 feet, you get... Ooh, you can cast like flames that can either heal or damage people. So...
Alright.
Blazing Revival, you can... Yeah, you just get a closer bond with it.
Okay, on to the fighter.
Revive. So fighter, you get optional... So yeah, you get extra fighting styles, like blind fighting, interception, superior technique, thrown weapon, unarmed fighting. You get martial versatility, so you can you can shift the focus of your martial practice by like replacing a fighting style, or if you know of any, basically you can swap out one of your maneuvers if you're a battle master. You get extra maneuvers, you get ambush, bait and switch, brace, commanding presence, grappling strike, quick toss, and tactical assessment. And then you get two archetypes: Psi Warrior and Rune Knight. Psi Warrior uses psionic powers to assist itself. It gets like
So it's basically like the Eldritch Knight, but with psionic powers instead
Yeah.
of wizard spells.
you get like you can use psionic powers to help out your weapons and shield
Right.
to shield yourself, to have extra speed. You can use it to jump, to deal extra damage. Guarded Mind?
Guarded Mind protects you from psionic attacks.
Yeah. Yeah, you can shield yourself with it using Bulwark of Force. And then at level 18, you become a master and you can cast telekinesis requiring no components.
Nice.
You get Rune Knight, so it seems to be tied a lot with giants. A lot of like giant work and runes. You got proficiency with smith tools, and you can speak, read, and write giant. And I think the whole lore is rune carver. You can, so at certain fighter levels, you get a number of runes that you can use, like a cloud rune, a fire. Like at level 1, you can use cloud rune, fire rune, frost rune, stone rune. Level 7 or higher, you can use hail and storm. Then you get Giant's Might. You can imbue yourself with the might of the giants. If you're smaller than large, you become large. Along with everything you're wearing, you get advantage on stealth checks and strength saving throws. And yeah, you can deal extra damage to a target on your hit. You get a runic.
So wait a second. So you're saying at third level, when you pick Rune Knight, let's say you're a human or a dwarf, and you pick Rune Knight, you just grow overnight when you train to be a Rune Knight?
Oh,
And now
sorry.
you're large?
As a bonus action, you can magically gain the following benefits for a minute.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Sorry.
Can you only do it a limited amount of times a day?
Equal to your proficiency bonus until you finish the long rest.
Oh, right.
Okay. That makes more sense. I thought maybe you just went to bed one night and then the next night you're like hanging off the end of the bed. Like you had a growth spurt overnight or something.
Oh.
Your feet are sticking through the wall.
No. Runic Shield. You can use runes to protect your allies.
Okay.
Or your head sticking through the wall.
Yeah. Great stature. Basically, the power of your runes permanently alters you. You get Master of the Runes. Basically, you get more runes that you can use. You regain all of your uses of runes. So you can use your runes more. And then you can amplify your rune-powered transformation. And you just get more benefits to your Giant's Might ability. Then they actually list a whole bunch of Battle Master builds. So if you ever play a Battle Master, they have like stuff for archers, because they have fighting styles, maneuvers, and feats even. Like Outrider gets, they have stuff for like archers, brawlers, lancers.
Gives you a whole lot of extra options for your Battle Master builds.
It might even be good if you want to design a quick enemy for a certain purpose.
Absolutely.
Then you get Monk. You can get a dedicated weapon so that you can actually use a weapon as a monk weapon.
Ooh.
So.
Yep.
Instead of just slapping people all the time.
I mean,
Right.
you can use a staff and stuff. You get key fueled attacks, so you can spend a key point, and to use it, you can make an attack as an unarmed strike or a monk weapon as a bonus action.
You can also use Your key points to
heal yourself and to increase and to actually hit targets.
right. And there's a couple of new ways.
Oh yeah, Way of Mercy and Way of the Astral Self. Way of Mercy is actually pretty neat. Basically, use your fists to heal and hurt. You get like extra proficiencies, and actually a motif of all of the characters is that you get a special mask. Basically, yeah, there's a mask, a merciful mask they call it, that you can just kind of use. They give like 6 different options you can pick. And at 3rd level, you get Hand of Healing. As an action, you can spend a key point to heal to restore a number of hit points equal to the roll of your martial arts dice plus your wisdom modifier. And when you use your Fury of Blows, you can replace one of the blows with a Hand of Healing.
Oh.
Okay.
And you get Hand of Harm. So basically, imagine Hand of Healing, except replace all the healing stuff with hurting someone.
Right.
Punch.
Then you get Physician's Touch. You can minister even greater cure. Yeah, basically you can heal more. You can heal more. And you can use more. Basically, you can heal more and you can hurt more. When you use Hand of Healing, you can end a disease. When you use Hand of Harm, you can poison them. So that's pretty neat. Then you get Flurry of Healing and Harm. So basically, instead of Flurry of Blows, you can use Hand of Healing or Hand of Harm. Just at like 11th level. And then you get Hand of Ultimate Mercy. So you can touch a corpse and expend 5 key points, and then you return them to life. Which is nice. I actually kind of want to play one of them. Then you get Way of the Astral Self. Basically, it focuses on just you utilizing yourself to a higher advantage. Like, you can get Arms of Astral Self, so you get extra, so you can use your Wisdom modifier and shit. Basically, you can use a key point to summon arms. So, yeah, you get extra attacks and what? Well, yeah. Yeah, you can determine the appearance. You can use the spectral arms to make unarmed strikes. You can use a wisdom modifier in place. When you make an unarmed strike, your reach is 5 feet greater than normal, and the unarmed strikes you make with your arms, you use your wisdom modifier. Yeah, wait, I just said that.
Right.
Visage, you can spend a Visage of your astral self as a bonus action. You can take the arms and spend 1 key point.
So basically, these are all about projecting yourself.
Yeah,
And they basically as you go up in levels, you can change the energy from your astral self to
be even better and
be better or stronger or more defensive. That's one you definitely need to read through. We could take all day reading all the different options in there.
Then we have Paladin. You get your extra spells. You get extra fighting styles like blind fighting, blessed warrior, and interception.
Blind fighting and interception were both
fighter
ones too.
You get harness divine power, so you can use your channel divinity to fuel your spells. You can regain 1 expended spell slot instead of a channel divinity, which is kind of neat. You get martial versatility, so whenever you reach a level and the ability score, you can replace a fighting style, like said before. Then you get sacred oaths. So you get 2. Oath of Glory and Oath of the Watchers. Oath of Glory is basically they're destined to achieve glory through heroism. So basically, you be a hero, you be kind to others, and you'll get glory.
Right. These are your almost like knights,
Yeah.
right? My honor is my life, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, you get spells like Guiding Bolt, Heroism, Haste, Freedom of Movement. Yeah, you get some cool spells to assist you. You got your channel divinity is Peerless Athlete. You could for 10 minutes you get advantage on strength and dex, well, athletics and acrobatics check. And you can basically push, drag, lift twice as much as normal. And you get extra high jump. You get extra. The distance of your long and high jumps are better. So
Essentially, you do all these feats of legends.
Yeah.
You could jump better. You can lift. You can do things that a normal person couldn't do.
An inspiring smite is you hit something, and then you can choose to distribute temporary hit points, a set amount of temporary hit points to your pals that you like, or yeah,
Right.
You get an aura, so yeah, basically you're faster if you're within like 10 feet. You all can move 10 feet faster.
Right. This is all the stuff of legends. You know, if you think of like Hercules, right? He could lift, horses on his shoulders, and he could, move boulders and topple buildings, and this is the paladin oath that you're making. You're going to be the stuff of legends.
Yeah, like the level 20 ability is Living Legend. And Glorious Defense, Living Legend, basically, boost a lot of your stuff.
Alright, so Oath of the Watchers.
Oath of the Watchers. You're more like...
These are the paladins, that would be part of the Harpers in the Forgotten Realms. They're the ones that watch over the realms, make sure that everything's going the way it should. The ones that keep the just and the unjust in check.
So you're like a justice one.
Justice.
Yeah, just us.
Well, more like an order one. Because you get spells like Detect Magic, See Invisibility, and Counter Spell, which are all... Oh, look, is someone doing something bad?
Exactly. They're the people that make sure. These are your guards, if you will. Your sentries. They're the ones that keep up on everything.
But, yeah. You can, as a channel divinity, you can give advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws to your pals.
Right.
You can present your holy symbol, and basically all the weird stuff like aberrations, celestials, elementals, and fees will they will take damage.
Right.
Oh no, sorry, they will be turned. So basically all the weird stuff will try and run away.
Right. Just like the Turn Undead.
Aura of the Sentinel, you emit alertness. So yeah. They get a bonus to initiative equal to your proficiency bonus. They get Vigilant Rebuke, which is you've learned how to... You can use your reaction to basically just hit people back.
Right.
Mortal Bulwark, you get True Sight within a range.
Right.
You get advantage on attack rolls. So yeah, basically, you become really good.
Right.
And you get Ranger. Ranger, you get Oh yeah, you get stuff to explore to replace natural explorer and favored enemy. You get deft explorer and favored foe, respectively. Deft explorer, you get extra skill proficiencies. You increase your walking speed. So yeah,
And you don't get tired.
yeah. So yeah, it's pretty neat. And then you get favored foe. So like, you,
Isn't that where you are better at fighting against a certain
Correct. That's like a preferred
creature
enemy.
or enemy?
Yep.
yeah, except it's actually helpful.
That's supposed to be helpful.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna say it, but favored enemy only gave you like an advantage to wisdom saving checks, which was okay. But you get additional ranger spells and additional fighting style options. You get druid. New one is druidic warrior. You get a spellcast focus, which can just be like one that a druid would use. Oh yeah.
Right, like a sprig of mistletoe or holly.
You get primal awareness. Oh wait. Yeah, you get primal awareness, which basically lets you. You can learn additional spells if you don't already have them, which replaces Premval?
What is it?
Primeval awareness?
I think that's just a I think it should just be primal awareness.
But I don't think it should
Primeval?
replace itself. I don't know.
I don't know.
Basically, yeah, you can replace primeval awareness with primal awareness, which is kind of cool. You get martial versatility, and you get nature's veil. Basically, you can become invisible. You're better at hiding.
Right.
Which replaces hide in plain sight. Which is quite weird. They have a lot of rules helping out Ranger. You get 3 subclasses. You get, 2. Fey Wanderer and Swarm Keeper. I always thought it was 3 for some reason. Fey Wanderer, you basically use Fey and wander. I mean, there's not much to it. You just use your Fey powers and you go in nature. And
Isn't Swarm Keeper a lot of bees
it's not exactly bees.
or bugs?
Hold up, we're at Fey Wanderer.
Oh, right.
Basically, you can use your weapon strikes with magic drawn from the gloomy hollows of Feywild, and you can deal extra psychic damage to them, and increase D4 psychic damage, and it upgrades. You get extra spells at 3rd level, which is 3rd level. You also get supernatural charms. You get whenever you make a charisma check, you can gain the bonus check equal to your wisdom modifier.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool. You book Wiling Twist. You can the magic of fame guards your mind. So
Right.
basically, yeah, when someone when a creature you can see succeeds on a saving throw against being charmed or frightened, you can force a different creature to be charmed or frightened.
Okay.
Fey reinforcements.
Basically allows you to use the summon Fey spell.
Yeah, Misty Wanderer. You can use Misty Step without expending a slot. And we're on to Swarm Keeper. So, these guys are odd, in my opinion. Effectively, so at 3rd level, you use a swarm to assist you with your abilities. Which can be like insects, twig blights, birds, or even pixies, but you can probably... You can determine its appearance.
So yes, it could be a swarm of bees.
It could be a swarm of bees.
But doesn't have to be.
Yeah, but basically you deal extra damage.
You can also roll a d4 if you're indecisive.
Well, yeah.
Right. They do have a chart for you. Okay.
You get magic hand. You get mage hand if you don't already know it. And basically, when you use that mage hand, instead of it actually being mage hand, it's a bunch of bees or something.
Bees.
You get a couple cool spells like fairy, fire, mage hand, but that's kind of because it gives you it. Yeah, writhing tide. You can writhing. Sorry.
It's okay.
Condense your swarm into a focused mass, and you can fly.
You can fly.
At level 7.
That's pretty handy.
Yeah.
Alright,
Now
what else?
Get Mighty Swarm, so it's even stronger. You deal extra damage and stuff at 11th level. Swarming Dispersal. Yeah, when you take damage, you can give yourself resistance to that damage by turning into your swarm and teleporting away.
Okay. What else we got here?
Beastmaster Companions. Primal Companions. It replaces your normal companions. Basically, you summon a primal beast to your advantage.
And there's 3 types.
Land, sky, and sea. Land is obviously it stands on the ground. Sky flies. Sea is water
Right.
related.
You can use whatever one is appropriate to your environment that you're in.
But yeah,
and they have different abilities.
But yeah, you can summon it and you can take it away, which is the major difference between Beastmaster's original one. Because if your little pigeon died, it was dead. Like this, like you actually summon these, and it uses your proficiency bonus a lot of times, like the.
All right, rogues.
Rogues get you get, you only get one new ability, and that's steady aim. Basically, if you haven't moved,
you can forego your movement to get bonus on your attacks.
Yeah, and then you get 2 subclasses, Phantom and Soul Knife. Phantom, you basically use the dead to help you out. At 3rd level, you get extra proficiencies, and you can actually harm another creature. Basically, if you kill something, or you hit something, you can basically take some damage and hit another creature within 30 feet of it, using your little souls.
Ooh.
Then you get Tokens of the Departed. Basically, you can grab soul trinkets from the people you've killed.
Right. Ghostwalk.
Ghostwalk.
At 13th level. You can phase partially into the realm of the dead.
Yeah, and you can fly.
Right. Level 17 is Death's Friend.
Basically, you get extra stronger abilities.
Right.
Then you get Soul Knife. Soul Knife is actually pretty cool. You get a magical sword that comes out of your hand.
Oh.
Yeah, this is actually your psionic rogue, essentially, your psychic attacks. So you're using your mental acuity to do physical damage to things.
Yeah. Yeah, you get you can throw it, you can use it as a regular blade. It obviously comes back to you since it's your magic.
Right.
You can,
And you basically get bonuses for attacks with that as you level up. And then some defensive abilities against psionic attacks or other psychic attacks.
So then we have Sorcerer. Sorcerer is pretty neat. You get a dish. So yeah, you get extra spells.
Right.
You get extra spells. You get extra meta magic options. You get Sorcerer's versatility, so you can replace your meta magic feature with a different one at a ability score improvement, and you can replace a cantrip with another one. Then you get magical guidance. You can, when you make an ability check that fails, you can spend a sorcery point to re-roll it, which is kind of cool. So you actually get 2 subclasses. You get Aberrant Mind and Clockwork Soul. Aberrant Mind, an alien influence has wrapped its tendrils around you. basically you use a whole bunch of psionic abilities like telepathy. You can talk to people within 30 feet.
Right.
Get special spells like Edward's Black Tentacles and detect thoughts. Psionic sorcery. Basically, you can cast it by expending a spell slot or by using sorcery points. So, it's pretty cool. And if you cast using sorcery points, you don't have to speak it nor use your hands.
Nice.
Psychic defenses, you get resistance to psychic damage. Revelations in flesh, you get, which is 14th level, you can transform your body to do special things like fly or see invisible creatures by the spend of one or more sorcery points.
Okay. What else we got?
Warping Implosion, you can teleport to an unoccupied space you can see within 120 feet after you disappear. Everyone in the space must make a strength saving throw or take 3d10 force damage pulled straight towards the space where you left.
Okay.
Then you get Clockwork Soul. You're kind of like an order nerd, almost.
Okay.
You basically... Yeah, you get it from order, and yeah, the cosmic force of order is used. So, but you get stuff like protection from evil and good, aid, lesser restoration, protection from energy, freedom. Yeah, freedom of movement. I mean, in addition, you get a special ability like that floats around you, like you just get a special thing about you, like spectral cogwheels are behind you, or floating equations and geometric objects overlay your body. But you get stuff like restore balance, you can equalize chaotic moments, you can roll a deep... Yeah, basically you can stop someone from rolling advantage or disadvantage.
Right. Then you get your Bastion of Law, which is a ward. Right?
Yeah.
Which is a number of dice equal to the number of sorcery points spent to create it. When a warded creature takes damage, it can expend the number of those dice, roll them, and reduce the damage taken by the total rolled.
Yeah, at level 14, you get Trance of Order. You can enter a state where you align your consciousness. And yeah, you can't... Attack rolls against you, you can't use advantage.
Okay.
You can treat a roll of 9 or lower as a 10 on a d20, which is cool. Clockwork Cavalcade. You summon spirits around you. The spirits look like modern modrons or other constructs, and they're intangible and vulnerable, and they can heal you, they can
restore up to 100 hit points. Or any damage to the objects entirely in the cube are repaired instantly. Every spell of 6th level or lower ends on creatures and objects of your choice in the cube. So you can disperse some of the damage.
And it takes 7 sorcery points to reuse it, so...
Alright, Warlocks.
Warlock, you get additional spells, additional pact boons, Eldritch versatility, so you get, you can replace a cantrip, you can replace a pact boon, and you can replace a spell from your Mystic Arcanum.
Okay.
At 12th level. Now this is every ability score improvement. So, Eldritch Invocation. Yeah,
They give you a couple more options for your invocations.
Yeah. And then you get the Fathomless. You get 2 options: the Fathomless and the Genie. The Fathomless is like the ocean. Basically you have like the power of like the elemental plane of water with you, which is kind of cool. So yeah, So, like, you get it from, I don't know, being shipwrecked or something. You get spells, which are all water-related, like create or destroy water, or storm-related, I guess I should say, since I've read Gust of Wind and Lightning Bolt, and both aren't really water. You get Summon Elemental, water only. Bigsby's Hand, which is a tentacle.
Right, there's a lot of tentacles in this.
Yeah, you can summon spectral tentacles, a 10-foot long tentacle you can see, and yeah, you can make a melee spell against one creature 10 feet of it, and takes extra damage and stuff. Gift of the Sea, you get swimming speed, and you can breathe swimming speed of 40, and you can breathe underwater.
That would be handy.
That would be pretty weird if you were a tiefling, though. Oh, look, I'm a little fire demon, and I can breathe underwater. You get Oceanic Soul, you're better to the cold. You're better with cold damage, you're better to the sea. Tentacle can be better. Yeah, the tentacle just gets better and better, and then Edvard's Black Tentacles. So
Evards.
Warlocks. Evard, sorry.
That's okay.
It's better.
All right.
Oh, and then you can teleport to a space within 30 feet of you. Then you get the genie. The genie, basically you can be a Dao. It can be whatever.
Well, you don't get to be him. That's your master or your patron.
Well, yeah. And actually, they each give you a different separate spells. Like, yeah, they get spells like the genies?
Yeah, genies.
The,
Jinns, Dao, Afridi, and Marids.
Oh yeah, like Jinns get like Thunder Wave, and Afridis get Burning Hands at level 1. It's pretty cool.
Right.
Genie in general gets Wish at 9th level spell. You literally just use a genie. Like, you have a special... Oh, you have a lamp, or... You have like a special lamp, and you rub it, and a genie comes out to help you.
Correct.
The genie just gets better. Yeah, it can attack. It can
Right.
attack and stuff. You like at level 6, you get the resistance to. You get like resistance to bludgeoning if your leader's a Dao. Thunder if you're the genie, fire if you're a Freedy, or cold if you're Madrid, or if you have Madrid. You get Sanctuary Vessel. Yeah, you can use.
You can basically enter your genie's vessel.
Yeah, and then you get Limited Wish at level 14. You get a small wish as an action. You can speak your genie's vessel.
All right. So on to the wizard.
Wizard, you get a whole bunch of new spells. One of them are from this book.
Correct.
Actually, I think, not all of them are, but... you get cantrip formulas?
Right?
Yeah, you can replace one...
Are you surprised by that?
I don't know what... I didn't know what it was.
Oh, okay.
And you get blades, so, the two subclasses are Blade Singing and Order of Scribes. Blade Singing is, I think, just people who...
Blade singers are the elven dancers that attack you while they're dancing. So basically you get a lot of movement-based bonuses. So you don't stand still and fight. You're more of a dancing around, attacking. You get the normal extra attacks at 6th level. You can also direct your magic to absorb damage while your blade song is active at 10th level. And at 14th level, you get the Song of Victory. You can add your intelligence modifier to your melee attacks.
Then Order of Scribe, you're kind of... Yeah, you use a lot... You have like a wizardly... Yeah, at 2nd level, you get Wizardly Quill. Basically, you can use a tiny quill, and which doesn't require ink. You can spend a copy a spell into your spell book. 2 minutes per spell. You can erase anything with the quill if you wave the feather. So it's pretty cool.
And then you also get an awakened spell book.
So yeah, you've awakened your arcane sentience while holding the book. You get the few benefits being, you can use it as a spellcast focus. You can cast a wizard spell with a spell slot. You can temporarily replace the damage type with a type that appears in it.
Basically, you get to rewrite spells.
Yeah.
To make them fit your...
It's almost like what a sorcerer does.
Right.
As a ritual, you can use its normal spell casting time.
Not a lot of super special stuff, but it's basically modifying the stuff that you can do.
Basically, you're just better with your spells. You get like...
You're book smart.
Yeah. You get a tiny spectral object with manifest mind.
Alright, and that's all the classes then, right?
Yeah.
So...
Then you get a couple feats, like Artificer, Initiate, Chef. You just get a couple feats.
Oh, what's the bonus of being a chef?
Chef, you get you can increase your con or wisdom score by 1. You get proficiency with cook's utensils. As a short rest, you can cook special food.
Provided you have the ingredients.
Oh yeah. You can prepare enough spells for equal to 4 plus your proficiency bonus. Yeah, basically if you eat it, you get regain hit points. You get to regain hit points with the extra D8.
Plus the big bonus, with 1 hour of work, or when you finish a long rest, you can cook a number of treats equal to your proficiency bonus. These special treats last 8 hours after being made. A creature can use a bonus action to eat one of these treats to gain temporary hit points.
But yeah,
it's like a tiny buff for yourself.
Yeah, you actually get... Actually, a lot of them have, like, spell-casting abilities. Like, Eldritch Adept, you get, like, Invocations.
Right? Fey Touch gives you that Misty Step.
You get Meta Magic Adept, which gives you you get 2 Meta Magic objects and 2 sorcery points. You also get ones for, like, being a Poisoner, Shadow Touch. So if you're from Shadowfell, you get Invisibility and an Illusion or Necromancy spell. You get one for being a Piercer, a Slasher, and a Crusher, which is, piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning, respectively.
Right.
You get telekinesis and telepathy, so that's pretty neat.
Telepathy?
Telepathy, yes.
Telepathy,
same. Alright, so do you mind if I do this real quick?
Yeah, you can do it.
Okay, so the last thing that we really want to go over here is the group patrons. And this is great for your DMs. So if you want your party to work for a specific patron or group in order to drive the story, this is definitely a good resource. And of course, it's simple things like you can have that ancient being be the person that's driving the story. They could also just work for our military force or a religious order, or of course, if you want to be a little bit less on the up and up, you can work for a criminal syndicate. And this really just breaks down, and I'm not going to go over all the things here, but it really does break down a lot of the information you would need if you would want somebody to, you want your party to be patroned by one of these groups. Even something as simple as an aristocrat, that's different.
Yeah.
An aristocrat, you could literally have the party searching for certain pieces of art or to something to make their standing in society better. Of course, working for a criminal syndicate, you can go from... I'm sorry?
You said it again.
What?
Aristocrat.
Aristocrat.
Oh.
Anyway, So, like working for a criminal syndicate, you could be as low as a thieves guild and just go in and break into houses and stuff like that. Or you could be pirates,
Yarg.
or you could be assassins. So this is a really good resource for stuff like that. The guild, how to do your commanding officers in a military force, different things as far as your religious orders, whether they speak in tongues or like they have their own language or they speak to a divine force or whatever. So this, again, that would be a good resource for a DM to drive a campaign.
Oh yeah, and it has a ton of new spells and magic items.
Right. There's tons of spells and magic items in here. And of course, we talked about some of those while we were going through the different classes. The big thing on this is there are, 9 different summon spells.
Yeah, they have a whole bunch of summon spells like the undead or even like celestials and stuff.
Or Fae.
Right. And so this is a good, you can summon Fae, Shadow Spawn, Undead, Aberration, Construct, Elemental, Celestial, Fiend, and that's...
More than one.
I think that pretty much covers almost everything that's not in the player's handbook. And then, of course, they have the rules for it. Shadow spirits, undead spirits, so on and so forth. They're all in here. So that's the main thing. Obviously, I don't want to get into the DM stuff because we're going to keep that for the DMs that want to read it. But that's our Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
Yeah.
Yup.
Anything you guys want to add?
Nothing specific, but I do think that you guys should subscribe, and hit that
notification bell.
And you should definitely drop a comment if you want. Maybe if you want to see another video or even have an idea of your own. But, so yeah, bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thanks.
They call me a god.